It's party time! Woohoo! Yeah! Oh, yeah!
Viva Pinata!
Viva, viva, pinata, yada, yada!
There's a place where everything's sweeter. Step on the candiosity meter. Meet all the candy-filled creatures.
Party animal!
All pinatas love to dance. Feel the music start to prance. Boogie like they're dancing our pants.
Welcome to picturesque Pinata Island. In its many gardens, all manner of pinatas live, dance, and dream that one day they will be chosen to entertain at a party as only pinatas can. Well, most pinatas, that is.
How fun!
Shake it, shake it, shake it.
Like a party animal.
Break it, break it, break it.
Like a party animal.
Shake it, shake it, shake it.
Like a party animal.
Break it, break it, break it.
Like a party animal!
Love to rock and love to bounce. But it's what's inside that counts. Delicious candy in large amounts.
Party animal!
So grab a stick and take a swing. Do the pinata thing. Come to the place where party is king.
Viva Pinata!
Carl and Damon here from Games, Brains and Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short. Hey, guess what it is? Viva Pinata, filled with fun. It's season 2, episode 3. Hudson tells all and Langston's Jameleon cousins. This 2 segments, this episode aired December 1st, 2007. We're starting with Hudson tells all as the first segment. Getting a lot of Hudson in season 2 already.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So Hudson is enjoying the day and getting ready to relax at a pool, or on a pool. He ignores a call from Simone, but she's right behind him. I do like things like that.
It's silly humour.
It's silly humour, and it got me. And as he dives into the pool, he discovers that his pool is actually empty, as it appears to have been dammed off. You didn't look before you jumped, Hudson?
No.
He hired some sweet tooths, apparently, to build him a gazebo, but instead they built a dam. He's rightfully angry, but Simone tells him to forget about it as Pinata Central is making Hudson dolls to sell. And seeing the doll, Hudson thinks it's perfect. Perfect, obviously, just like himself. And he heads off to a recording studio to do voice recordings for the dolls. So I was like, hey, this is a fun setup.
Yep.
This is a fun setup. I also think Hudson is justified. You hired him to build you a gazebo. They dammed off your pool. They're bad at their job.
I'll be pissed off, yeah.
Yeah. In the studio, he does voice bits and is complimented for his skills, being left alone with Ella to continue. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, well, here we go. Here's trouble. Ella, you know?
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But for me, she doesn't seem to have any problem with the memories at all.
No, to be fair, that's not really the
Yeah.
angle here.
Yeah.
It's more more about being stupid.
Yeah, stupid, yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, she ends up recording his conversation with the Sweet Tooth contractors on the phone. It's a phone call that is very, very angry. Very angry. That ends up with him accidentally sounding like he's insulting his friends and others. They end up with 3 hours of tape, and Ella is instructed to cut it down. And obviously, you immediately know it's a good thing when they don't reveal it, but we know where it's going.
Yeah.
And I actually quite liked it. I was like, oh, this is a pretty fun idea.
I thought it was good idea, yeah.
I also like the fact that, well, obviously he isn't swearing or, are you fucking what?
No.
You know, it's still quite devastating, the things he says.
It's very aggressive, yeah.
Because we cut to Hudson unveiling his dolls to a crowd of his friends. And he pulls the string in the back, so it's like pull a string and it'll speak a la Woody from Toy Story. But what comes out of the dolls are insults only. And I was like, this is good.
Yeah, I actually quite liked it, yeah.
Obviously, the rest of the pinatas are insulted and angry as every recording is an insult. So they turn on Hudson and start to throw the dolls, but he's rescued by Simone. Home, Simone reveals that Hudson is now an outcast and he's being denied parties because people are so angry at him.
I know.
But to be fair, their entire existence is parties.
Yeah.
So it's like you're being denied the thing that makes you a pinata.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But he's also got a nickname. And I was like, man, someone needs to work on their nicknames. Hate Stachio.
Yeah.
Really, guys? Hudson figures he can just reveal the truth. But Simone tells them that no one will listen to them. No one will listen to the truth. What they need to do is get the Sweet Tooths to admit the insults were directed at them. Do you, though? Do you?
I know.
Hudson figures they won't help him willingly, so he sets about trying to trick them. Did you even ask? He calls the studio asking for the recording equipment before heading off to the Sweet Tooths who are working on Franklin's house, we see, and doing another bad job.
Oh, yeah.
Turns out they're just really bad at their jobs.
Yeah.
Hudson arrives pretending to be one of them with a live mic attached to his chest. I laughed at this. It's so stupid.
Yeah, it is stupid, yeah.
It's just like, as well, when you say live mic, it's not like a little...
No, it's literally...
It's like a full-on microphone that you might use in a like on a stage or something.
I smiled when I saw it. Oh, for God's sake!
You smiled. There you go. They call him ugly, but agree that even though he's ugly, he can work with them. But Hudson immediately tries to get to admit that Hudson was insulting them instead of others. Their behaviour annoys him though, and he shouts at them, getting them to reveal the truth. He now reveals himself, thinking he got them. Aha, I've got you. Got you to admit it. But the Sweet Tooths, angry, chase him all over Pinata Island while building dams to block his path. It's quite energetic.
Yeah.
Hudson is finally rescued by Ella in the recording van, but end up crashing on a beach and are blown into the sand near the other pinatas. As they advance, Hudson tries to prove his innocence, but his recording broke. In the action and falling down and all that, it's broken, so he can't prove anything. Hudson then uses Ella to reveal the truth, and everyone is convinced. I was genuinely like, wait, what? That was it?
Yep.
Oh. Okay. Like, I felt like this had more legs.
Yeah.
Like, I would almost think, like, maybe the idea is that he doesn't really ever get to prove it, but they just forgive him.
Yeah.
But no, there you go.
Nope.
Fergie, as well as one in particular, we see that he's hired the Sweet Tooths to renovate his house, which we cut to, and it amounts to them just literally dropping a log in it and destroying it.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, just bad at your job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was disappointed with the end of this. I thought this was an okay segment. I was kind of enjoying it.
Yeah, compared to what we watched recently, yeah, it's definitely the better one. Yeah.
Yeah, it just sort of... But it's just the way it sort of ends, I think.
And
I guess that's the time constraints, isn't it?
All the good ones we've seen, they seem to have good periods, and then they have either a dumb start or a dumb ending. But yeah, they have seen that period there.
Okay, well, let's get into segment 2. It's Langston's Jameleon cousins. At the mail office, Fergie is sending a letter, but he freaks out when he sees Langston. He hides in a mail cart, causing some chaos. So I was initially like, oh, it's a Fergie doesn't want to go to a party.
Yeah.
Which puzzled me, because I saw Langston in the title, and we don't often do Langston episodes. So I initially was like, okay, we're doing something different here. But he ends up slamming into the liquor toad Fergie. Fergie is revealed, but Langston says, look, I'm not here for you. I'm here to send a letter. And he reveals that his Jameleon cousins are coming and they're pranksters. Fergie isn't convinced and tries to get himself posted, even though Langston says otherwise. I did like that. I thought it was quite funny as Fergie is just not listening and finding every way possible to try and not get sent to a party. They end up fighting, but seemingly under the control of others. It's the 3 Jameleons, and it turns out they can camouflage.
Yeah.
Jay, Jerry, and Junior are the 3 cousins. They are obnoxious as fuck.
Yeah.
I think they go over too far here. I think they're downright bullies. I think it's bullies.
Indeed, yeah.
There's pranking and then there's bullying.
Yes.
But Fergie is obviously impressed by them. They promise to not be too much, but clearly they will be. We cut to Langston asleep in his office as the trio bring in a chest full of outfits. Seemingly, they dress Langston up without him knowing, resulting in him being embarrassed when he goes to read Franklin's Candiosity. He's wearing a weird outfit. Yeah. Next, he reports to God. I don't know what we call that character.
Yeah.
The player.
We've seen it like once or twice. But
the player in the office. I don't know. Giving him a report, but his tongue keeps going out of control. It seems like it is another prank, as Langston is launched out to reveal the Jameleons were just pulling his tongue. Later, they've all gone to the movies, but his cousins end up making sound effects that are blamed on Langston, and he is kicked out. And I was like, oh my God, this episode is just one prank after another.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the story here? Sometime later, Langston appears to have called a meeting, and all the pinatas are there. They think that Langston has gone a bit weird, not helped by him arriving in a bush and telling him about his invisible cousins. Unfortunately, they're already here and start to mess with him again, making it seem like he's saying that the parties will no longer happen. Fergie could reveal all because he asked Fergie for help, but realising that it would mean parties are coming back, he doesn't. And I was like, oh, that's villainous as fuck, right?
All he had to say to them was, well, look, I'll tell the truth, but no more parties for me.
Party for me.
Done.
There you go.
Because, again, we talk, for me personally, this episode has the wrong thing because you're telling kids it's okay to do prank.
Yeah, it's extreme.
It's for kids.
But also saying lying is okay if you get what you want. We've done this before again.
Man, yeah.
It always does involve Fergie the character too.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Lex's paranoia is driven him crazy as he thinks his cousins are everywhere. But the trio are actually just relaxing with Fergie, and they reveal now it's time to go home. It was just a trip. Fergie tries to make them stay, and they agree, but now start to torment him instead. It's like, oh, I'm going to stay, we're going to pick on you instead.
Yeah, justice, man.
Langston looks on and laughs, and when Fergie begs him for help, Langston refuses to help him the way that Fergie didn't help him.
Justice, man.
It's justice, but you know what it is?
Yeah.
It's mean-spirited.
That's the thing, yeah.
It's a mean-spirited ending, and I don't like it.
It's justice, but it's the wrong kind of justice.
Yeah, it's all for the wrong reasons.
Yes.
I would have written it that Langston's freaking out. Oh, they're everywhere, whatever. He's like hiding and all that. He comes home, desperate to get in. The lights come on, and they're there, surprised, and they're like, look, we know we've tormented you this last week, but we love you. You're our cousin, and we wanted to throw you a meal and look at, say thank you for having us over the last week.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Like that would have been okay, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. But that's just us being pedantic about Viva Pinata as per usual.
Yeah, we're talking as adults.
Yeah, of course.
This is obviously for a child's perspective.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think in that regard, I think both segments are okay.
Yeah,
I think Hudson Tells All could almost be a good segment.
Yeah.
If it didn't have that crap ending. Whereas, obviously, Langston's Jameleon Cousins is okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
I like that's a little bit different. I like that we focus on Langston. And I like some of the touches here and there.
Yep.
So, overall, episode 3 is not too bad.
No, yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Episode 3 of season 2 of Viva Pinata. Hudson Tells All and Langston's Jameleon Cousins. You got any thoughts that you know what to do? Let us know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It is gratefully appreciated. You can find us over at gbhbl.com, our full website where reviews, news and so much more goes up daily. We're also on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, at GBHBL. Just search for GBHBL and you will find us out there. We also have merchandise on sale. You can access the shop via the website.